Northern Boulevard led to an industrial area. Isolated warehouses, minimal police patrol, perfect crime location. Sam now understood the criminal intent. "How much money you got, driver?" the front passenger asked. "Not much, maybe $50, $60. "What about credit cards?" "I don't use credit cards." The back seat laughed. "Old school immigrant, huh? Probably got cash hidden somewhere." Sam realized this was a planned robbery, but something more. Too much coordination for a simple cash grab. They needed the vehicle for a different purpose, possibly a getaway from a different crime. Mile markers passed, each mile deeper into the danger zone. Sam began calculating his options. Training surfaced in his mind. Underwater demolition, close quarters combat, high-stress situation management. Different environment, but same principles. "Turn right at the next light," the backseat ordered. Sam complied. Warehouses appeared on both sides. Fewer street lights, perfect ambush territory. Time for a decision was approaching. "Stop here," the backseat commanded. "Warehouse district, isolated area, no witnesses." Sam parked carefully. He kept the engine running. Tactical decision. The front passenger fully revealed his gun now. "Get out slowly, hands visible." The three men exited first, maintaining tactical positioning. Amateur level, but still dangerous. Sam exited the driver's side, hands visible but ready. 30 years of civilian life, but muscle memory intact. "Empty your pockets," the leader demanded. Sam reached for his wallet slowly, but his movement was different from a civilian response. Balance maintained, weight distribution ready, 360-degree awareness. "Hurry up, old man." Sam removed his wallet, but simultaneously maintained maximum peripheral awareness. Escape routes, weapon positions, timing opportunities. $53? The leader checked the wallet. "That's it? I told you, not much money?" "Bullshit. Where's the real cash?" While the leader was distracted with the wallet, Sam made a subtle assessment. 3 subjects. Leader nervous but aggressive, front passenger inexperienced with the firearm, third man watching the perimeter. "Check the car," the leader ordered the third man. Critical moment. Sam knew the car search would reveal nothing valuable, leading to frustration and potential violence escalation. Time for a tactical decision. The third man approached the car, attention diverted. The front passenger was still holding the gun, but his inexperienced grip was visible. The leader was occupied with the wallet. Sam's training kicked in. Navy SEAL Team 6 Underwater Demolition Specialist, 1987 to 2001. 14 years active duty, 73 classified missions, expert in close quarters combat, movement lightning fast, step forward, left hand deflected the gun arm, right hand struck a pressure point. The front passenger dropped immediately, weapon secured. Pivot motion, leg sweep dropped the leader to the ground. The wallet scattered. The third man turned, reaching for his concealed weapon. Sam was already moving. Military sprint, tackle, neutralization in under 3 seconds. 3 subjects immobilized. No serious injuries, but completely controlled. Breathing steady, heart rate controlled. Like the old days underwater, calm under pressure, decisive action, mission completion. Sam collected the weapons and zip-tied the subjects with emergency restraints from his taxi trunk. "Who the hell are you?" the leader gasped. Sam replied quietly, "Taxi driver." NYPD patrol units arrived 20 minutes later. Sam had called 911 immediately after controlling the situation. Detective Maria Santos, a 15-year veteran, examined the crime scene. 3 suspects detained, weapons recovered, no civilian injuries. "Mr. Petrov," Detective Santos approached Sam. "Can you walk me through what happened?" Sam provided the basic facts. Attempted robbery, self-defense, suspects neutralized. "Sir, I have to ask, what's your background?" "These takedown moves, they're not typical civilian response." Sam hesitated. 15 years of silence about his past. "Former military," he answered simply. Detective Santos studied him. "What branch?" "Navy." "Specialty?" Long pause. Sam made his decision. Partial truth. "Special operations." Detective Santos nodded respectfully. "SEAL?" "Something like that." Crime scene photography completed. Suspects transported. Paperwork extensive but routine. A young officer approached Sam. "Sir, that was incredible. How did you move so fast?" Sam's quiet response, "Training? What kind of training?" "Old training." Detective Santos returned with a clipboard. "Mr. Petrov, we need a full statement. But first, these guys were wanted for an armed robbery series across Queens. You probably saved multiple lives tonight." Sam shrugged. "Just defended myself." "Sir, this wasn't just self-defense, this was professional neutralization. The FBI might want to interview you." Sam looked concerned. "FBI? Don't worry, you're a hero here, but background checks are standard procedure for situations like this." The following week, FBI agent Jennifer Walsh visited Sam's apartment. Background investigation was routine but thorough. "Mr. Petrov, military records show you served 14 years in Navy Special Operations. Classification levels require higher clearance to access details." Sam nodded silently. "What I can see, multiple commendations, no disciplinary actions, honorable discharge 2001. Why did you leave the military?" Sam paused for a long time. The memory was painful. "Last mission, Afghanistan. Things went wrong." "Can you elaborate?" "Classified operation, underwater insertion, Taliban stronghold, 8-man team." Sam stopped, controlling his breathing. "Only 5 came back." Agent Walsh understood. "I'm sorry. Lost our team leader, demolitions expert, communications specialist. My fault, mission planning error." "Sir, classification prevents details, but your record shows exemplary service. Sometimes missions fail despite perfect execution." Sam shook his head. "Survivor guilt. Couldn't continue. Requested discharge." "Why taxi driving?" "Anonymous work. No questions. No responsibility for other lives." Agent Walsh completed her notes. "Mr. Petrov, you've been flying under the radar for 15 years. Clean record, quiet life. But this incident might change things." "How?" "Media attention, hero story, public recognition." Sam immediately looked concerned. "I don't want attention. Might not be a choice. The story's already leaked." The news story broke Thursday morning. Heroic taxi driver stops armed robbery. Former Navy SEAL saves Queens warehouse district. Sam's phone was flooded with calls. News reporters, interview requests, public recognition. Sam ignored everything. He continued driving his taxi, maintaining his normal routine. But passengers were different now. Some recognized him from the news. Some thanked him. Some asked questions. Friday night, his regular passenger, Mrs. Chen, an elderly Chinese woman with weekly grocery runs. "Mr. Sam, I saw the news story. You're a hero." "Just doing my job, Mrs. Chen." "No, you saved people. The community is grateful." Over the weekend, other taxi drivers approached Sam at the dispatch center. "Yo, Sam, saw you on the news, brother." "Navy SEAL, huh? Always wondered why you were so cool under pressure." Man's a legend now. Sam was uncomfortable with the attention, but his fellow drivers were respectful. Military veterans in the group nodded understanding. Monday morning, the taxi company manager called Sam to his office. "Petrov, corporate wants to meet you. Good publicity for the company." "I prefer quiet work." "I know, but this could be a good opportunity. Maybe day shift, better routes, recognition." Sam considered. Day shift meant less danger, more family passengers, different environment. "Maybe," Sam agreed reluctantly. Tuesday morning, first day shift in 15 years. Different feeling, sunshine, normal people, less criminal activity. First passenger was a businessman heading to Wall Street. "Aren't you the guy from the news, Navy SEAL taxi driver?" "Yes, sir." "Man, that was incredible. Thank you for your service." Sam was surprised by the gratitude. Different response than he'd expected. 6 months later. Sam was still driving his taxi, but life had changed significantly. Day shift regular passengers had become friends. Mrs. Chen brought homemade cookies. Business travelers shared stories. Young soldiers showed respect. A small American flag appeared in his taxi window, the first time he'd displayed his military connection. The taxi company promoted Sam to driver trainer, teaching safety protocols, situational awareness, de-escalation techniques to new drivers. "Important lesson," Sam told trainee drivers. "Awareness saves lives. Watch your surroundings, trust your instincts, stay calm under pressure." That evening, Sam relaxed at home. The photo frame on his desk was now displayed openly. SEAL Team 6, Afghanistan 2001. Brothers lost but not forgotten. The phone rang. Detective Santos. Mr. Petrov wanted to update you. Those 3 suspects pleaded guilty. Your testimony helped convict the armed robbery ring. They're off the streets. Good, Sam replied. Also wanted to say, the courage you showed inspired other veterans in the community. The VA office has been calling asking about your story. Sam considered this. Maybe some stories are worth sharing. Maybe they are. That night, Sam made a decision, not about publicity or recognition, about service. The next week, Sam visited a local high school. The military recruitment officer had requested a guest speaker, a veteran sharing his experience. Standing before a classroom full of teenagers, Sam felt a different purpose. Military service isn't about heroism, he told the students. It's about responsibility, teamwork, protecting others. A student raised her hand. Mr. Petrov, what's the most important lesson from the military? Sam thought carefully. Training saves lives, preparation prevents panic, and sometimes helping others helps you heal. After the presentation, a young student approached privately. Sir, my dad's military. He has nightmares, doesn't talk about his service. Any advice? Sam's gentle response. Tell him he's not alone. And healing takes time. But purpose helps. Walking to his taxi after the school visit, Sam felt something he hadn't experienced in 15 years. Pride without guilt. Real warriors don't disappear after the war ends. They find new ways to serve, new missions to complete, new people to protect. Sam Petrov learned that taxi driving wasn't hiding from his military past. It was continuing his service in a different uniform. Sometimes heroes drive taxis. Sometimes courage looks like quiet dedication. And sometimes the most important battles happen on ordinary streets, protecting ordinary people, one ride at a time. So now I ask you, have you ever met someone like Sam? Someone who served quietly, hiding their past, showing their true identity in an unexpected moment? Share their name in the comments. If you like this story, subscribe and share. Help us make sure hidden heroes, those who keep us safe, are never forgotten. He'd been driving the same yellow cab through New York streets for 15 years, picking up fares from Wall Street to Harlem, never saying more than necessary. Passengers knew him as Quiet Sam, just another immigrant driver trying to make a living. But when 3 armed robbers jumped into his back seat on a rainy Tuesday night, demanding he drive to a warehouse in Queens, they had no idea they'd just threatened a man who once operated in the deadliest waters on earth. Before we dive into this powerful story of hidden identity and unexpected courage, tell me in the comments which city you're watching from. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be remembered, hit that subscribe button. Because sometimes the greatest heroes hide in the most ordinary places. Samuel "Zam" Petrov drove his taxi through Manhattan streets every night, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. 52 years old, steel gray eyes, hands always positioned the same way on the steering wheel. He worked for Yellow Cab Company, driving his own vehicle, a 2018 Crown Victoria with 340,000 miles, but perfectly maintained. Passengers liked Sam but were curious about him. He had an Eastern European accent, but nobody knew which country he came from. He never answered personal questions, never complained about traffic, never discussed politics. Where are we going? Okay. Safe travels. Nobody had ever heard him speak more than 3 words at a time. The night shift drivers respected Sam. In 15 years, he'd never had an accident, never received a complaint, never caused problems. Other drivers called him Ghost. He'd appear quietly, do his job, and disappear quietly. But nobody noticed why Sam always checked his rearview mirror, why he kept his hands in a specific position on the steering wheel, why he scanned his surroundings at every passenger pickup. And nobody knew what he kept in the locked drawer of his Brighton Beach apartment. He lived in a small studio apartment in Brighton Beach. He read Russian newspapers, drank black tea, and studied old military manuals. No photos on the walls, no decorations, minimal personal items. Just one frame on his desk, 8 men in military gear against an ocean background. But the faces weren't visible, just silhouettes. Sam was assumed to be a normal civilian, but the truth was very different. Tuesday, October 15th. Rain was heavy in Manhattan, 11:30 p.m. Sam had picked up a fare from Times Square, a young businessman heading to LaGuardia Airport, standard run, 45 minutes with traffic. "Thanks, pal," the businessman said, leaving a good tip. Sam nodded politely. Airport runs were Sam's favorite. Highway driving, fewer traffic lights, less stress. Radio dispatch was quiet late at night. Sam relaxed slightly. Crossing the Queensboro Bridge, he noticed the fuel gauge was low. He'd need to stop at a gas station. He turned off at exit 14 to a Shell station. Familiar place, safe neighborhood. Standing at the gas pump filling his tank, Sam caught movement in his peripheral vision. 3 young men in their 20s loitering in the parking lot. They'd gotten out of different cars but were moving together. Their body language was wrong, too focused, too coordinated. Sam automatically conducted a risk assessment, multiple subjects, late hour, coordination patterns, economic demographics, mismatch for the area. Warning flags went up mentally. Gas finished, tank topped off. Sam got his receipt and walked to his car at normal speed. Rushing would draw attention. Calm movement, maintained situational awareness. As he approached the taxi, the 3 men changed position, triangulation pattern, a military tactic. Sam immediately raised his alert level. When he reached the driver door, the closest man approached. "Yo, Pops, you take passengers?" "Yes, taxi service," Sam replied calmly. "Great, we need a ride." Problem, 3 men, but this wasn't normal passenger behavior. Too eager, too coordinated. Sam's professionally trained eye recognized trouble, but refusing publicly could be dangerous. Better strategy, comply initially, then assess the situation. "Where do you need to go?" "Queens, Warehouse District. We'll give you directions." Sam nodded. "Get in." The 3 men climbed into the taxi, front passenger seat and both sides of the back seat. Sam was immediately in a surrounded position. He started the engine. He needed to maintain normal procedure. While stopped at a traffic light, the front passenger reached inside his jacket. Metal sound, the unmistakable click of a pistol safety. "Listen up, old man," came a voice from the back seat. "This ain't no regular ride." Sam checked the rearview mirror. Young Hispanic male, mid-20s, nervous energy, probable concealed firearm. "We're going to drive real nice and slow to the warehouse address we give you. No radio calls, no stops, no smart moves." The front passenger partially revealed his gun, a .38 revolver, modified grip, amateur handling. Dangerous because unpredictable. "You understand, Pops?" Sam kept his voice steady. "I understand." The light turned green. Sam drove at normal speed, showing compliance. But his mental process was working on a different level. Situation assessment, 3 armed subjects, confined space, civilian vehicle, public roads. Options were limited, but not zero. Training automatically kicked in. Breath control, heart rate management, tactical awareness, muscle memory from a different time, different place. The backseat passenger began giving directions. "Take Northern Boulevard east. We'll tell you when to turn."